Well, what I'm doing now, when I welded this piece on here on top of this box, when I bent this up, I bent it up, then bent it back down. Now weld up to make it look smooth, a hump. But what happened when I welded, it shrunk this box in. It pulled this corner in about 25,000, pulled this in about 50,000 in. See, it pulled that in. You see where the black magnet marker is? There. Pulled it in there, pulled it in there, and pulled it in there. Now these only screws would fit after I got through was these two. I got through the welding. But I'm going to take care of this and I'll be through with the gearbox and put this thing in there. Fill it up with oil and call it. No more trouble. Well, I got them all in there. That's going to work now. I hate I had to offset the holes a little bit, but welding that up caused that thing to shrink and caused it to shrink this way and that way just a little bit. Especially the side over here. I got carried away on the welding. Over here I took my time a little bit. But over here I got carried away and just started welding like hell. You can see it was getting too hot, but it's blistering up. Alright, what I'm doing now, I'm putting my side spill plug in there. I'm not going to be able to use this top one to put the oil in because there's too much stuff in the way. If I'd put it here, I had more chance, but it didn't happen. So I'm just going to put a 1/2 inch plug. Where the hell is that? Somewhere here. We're going to put a 1/2 inch plug in there, and that will be my fill, my fill mark. And there's the cap. We just drill it with a small hole and get bigger. And that should do it. We're ready to put the cover on it, seal it up, put the oil in. This will be through with. Finally be through with it. I changed this bracket here. I got a little bit crooked, but to hell with it. I don't care. I've had enough of it. The other one's crooked so it fits. So it fits. I mean, it's crooked. Got to re-weld that because I couldn't see down when I welded it. So I'm going to re-weld that and re-weld the back side. Weld the back side of these. Then weld the back side of this to make it strong. And this chain gearbox, how you say that? Transfer case will be ready. Finally. I'm going to give you a little tapping on like this tap here, what size hole to drill. See, this is a 1/2 inch pipe. All you got to do is just find your drill bit that will fit in there. If it won't fit in there, it'd be too big. But only it'd be too loose, just let it fit in there. That fits in there pretty good, so that'll work. So I drill that hole that size. Now it's best, if you're trying to tap with a tap, like I did with these freehand them, I got that in crooked, because I freehanded. Wasn't paying no attention. But this one I'm going to use this thing here. I'm going to lock this lever down right now. Then I'm going to turn it for the wrench. I'm going to keep pulling this down. That'll keep this straight until I get it tapped out. This is the correct way to do it, to hold the tap. Let me correct something. When I said I was going to lock this down, I didn't mean that. I meant I was going to lock this down by holding the handle down. Holding that down while I take a crescent wrench and turn this. That's what I meant. Let me mention something else about a pipe tap. A pipe tap is taper threads. You don't want to tap that thing. You don't want to keep running that tap until all the way up to here. If you do, this is going to run through it, screw through it, and fall inside. So what you want to do, you want to run it about halfway or more, probably 3/4 of the way. I probably ain't got enough yet, but I'm going to check it. Oh, that was me farting then. Yes sir, let it come clean. I see that's not ready yet. I only get about a 1/2 turn. So I need to go on down a good little ways more. You got to keep testing it. If you go past it, you just screw the hole up. So, got to be careful when you're doing pipe taps. And there's your dinner. Alright, there it is. Looking good. I hit the nail right on the head. Hey, that guy that, Terry, I can't remember how you say his name, Fix It All, one that says, there's your dinner. Now, that cat is very smart. He has taught me a lot of stuff. He has taught me a lot of stuff I didn't know, and I thought I was pretty smart at it, but he got me whooped. I'm going to tell you right now. That guy is really smart. You'll see him with some Billy Bob teeth in. He just act around him in the sun. They do little skits on there. I like watching them. I watch every one of their episodes. I just got through this is a 1/4 inch by 1 inch moon key, but I milled a 3/16 hole, and this is 1/4 inch. So I took a little off on each side, got it down to let's see if it's gonna fit now. Oh yeah, a little tight, it'll fit. A little tight, but it'll fit. That's fine right there. We just got to knock it on there. That's beautiful. That's beautiful. Well, I got to make one more 1/4 by 3/16. The 1/4's in the vise. Now I'm taking off the other part of the 3/16. That should make it 3/16 right there. That should be it right there. There it is right there. Well, I don't know if it's focusing or not, because it looks mighty blurry to me. Anyway, that's a 3/16 by 1/4 right there. My engine shaft right here is 3/16. This is 1/4. So that key right there ought to make the difference right there. Hoping. Alright, the back end's hooked up. The drive shaft to the gearbox is hooked up. The gearbox is bolted in finally. I got enough bolts in it to kill a mule. I don't know why I got so many. It shouldn't just, or not be just one in each one. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, got 8 in there. I don't know why, but there's 8. And there's 2 down there, but 1 missing. I might not put another one there. It don't need it. It looks like it is. I got the drive shaft in there tightened. So I'm ready to fire this. Well, I'm gonna put the hood on over, and I put the dashboard on, set the battery in, put my gas tank up here somewhere, temporarily, fire it up and see if I can get the front wheels to turn. My man Rick, one of my subscribers, one of my viewers, I was talking to him on the phone. I was just telling him that I got the rear end to turn last week, but I never could get the front to turn. And I told him what the matter was. Well, he just brought something to my attention was on my half, was very ignorant on my half, but was very smart. Get the flashlight fixed. Very smart on his half. That relief valve, he told me to check the relief valve on top of the transmission, and sure enough, that one right there was smashed down. So I got it up. So let's see if it's gonna work now. All right, we're gonna do what you call a so-called cold start, which is about 60-65 degrees in here. That's not really a cold start, but the engine is cold. We're going to start it, so it is a cold start. So we'll find a screwdriver where I can cross this starter over, see what happens. Hope that front wheel starts turning now since I pulled that pin up. Let me put some more ether in it, some starting fluid. Oh, let's give it another try. I ain't sure that gas is flowing in the carburetor. But he can get any gas to it, I don't know. Let me shoot some more gas in the carburetor. Something, I don't think the gas is getting in the carburetor, what I think. Oh, that gum. I think I just flooded the crap out of it. There's the back wheels. There's forward. There's reverse. Then we get the front to turn now. If I can get up here and get this thing. So far it ain't turning. I got plenty of time to pick up some gas. I mean pick up some oil. Uh-oh, uh-oh, uh-oh. We got front wheel drive going on. Going backwards or at least. That's alright. Let's go forward. Oh yeah. We got front drive. And if I can find it, get that screwdriver or something to tear it up. I know we're so close there when you can't see nothing. Come on. There's reverse. There's forward. Alrighty then. Well, this is going to move on its own power here pretty soon. I get that hydrostatic pedal fixed. That is cool right there now. We'll grab that battery, snatch it out of it. Something ain't sounding right. I don't know if that's the engine knocking or what. Something don't sound right. Whatever. Well, it's been running now about, I'll say about 15-20 minutes. I'm gonna let it run a while and see if, you know, see how the chain box does, and keep hearing the noise every now. I don't know what it is. I ain't heard it yet. We're talking. Anyway, let's take a look at the drive shaft and gearbox and all that while it's running. Get my flashlight on bright. There we go. There's the front drive shaft up there. Ain't got no leaks so far. I don't want this thing to fall off the jack. I'm moving the back end around. I can't move it so far because of the strap. Well, next thing to do now is to tear it back down, have the frame naked, where I can flip it upside down and get that steering fixed on it. Then I start putting the hoses on it, getting it all plumbed up, start getting the hydrostatic pedal fixed, and getting the back brake fixed, and a rod to the front transmission. So when you put the, we don't call it brake, we don't call it emergency brake. So when I push my emergency brake forward, it will shift both transmissions out of gear when I crank it. It's been running over an hour now. I didn't show you this flashlight straight. It's running pretty straight. That's pretty good. Doing alright, doing pretty good, say so myself. Been running close to about 45 minutes now. Well, this is where I'm at with it. Today is Monday, Tuesday. Today's Wednesday. I'm just now getting back on it. I'm gonna weld this piece right here for a stop point, and that'll be cut off there and cut off there. So when this thing turns, it'll run into that. That's as far as it'll turn, right there. And see, my drive shaft still turns. See the yoke by there? Turning with no problem. It's got no clean. If I go past that, it starts cleaning a little bit. And the same way the other side. So we're going to weld this up across here and have this piece here on there permanently. Figure out my cylinder up on the bottom here, somewhere on the bottom here, so I can get the right ratio, turning that way and turning this way. So it's got to be 50-50 on the cylinder right here, so it can go half and half. So one half has to do it. I'm pretty sure it'd be stronger one way or the other, but simple fact because the cylinder works off of square inches, and you got more square inch displacement on here in the back, because you got your piston going up this hollow tube, going up. But when it's pushing back in, you got this shaft here taking up the middle of it, so you don't have much displacement pushing this way as you do going this way. So it might be a lot stronger one way with the power steering and weaker the other way. I don't know. It might ain't even work. It might have enough power in turning. The 600 pounds that this Cub Cadet hydrostatic gives you might not be enough to turn this thing. If that's the case, I'm gonna get this shaft down here, this extra shaft I put in on this transfer case, and I'll put me a Honda power steering pump on there, and I'll put it by itself just for the power steering, so I can get more pressure out of it to make this thing turn. So I don't know. We just have to see. We just have to play it by ear and see. Well, that's what it looks like upside down. That's how the gearbox looks upside down. So I had to clamp it right here so this thing won't be spinning back and forward this front nose. And I guess we're gonna get busy welding that. Well, this is where I'm at with it. Today is Monday, Tuesday. Today's Wednesday. I'm just now getting back on it. I'm gonna weld this piece right here for a stop point, and that'll be cut off there and cut off there. So when this thing turns, when it turns, it'll run into that. That's as far as it'll turn, right there. And see, my drive shaft still turns. See the yoke by there? Turning with no problem. It's got no clean. If I go past that, it starts cleaning a little bit. And the same way the other side. So we're going to weld this up across here and have this piece here on there permanently. Figure out my cylinder up on the bottom here, somewhere on the bottom here, so I can get the right ratio, turning that way and turning this way. So it's got to be 50-50 on the cylinder right here, so it can go half and half. So 1/2 has to do it. I'm pretty sure it'd be stronger one way or the other, but simple fact because the cylinder works off of square inches, and you got more square inch displacement down here in the back because you got your piston going up this hollow tube going up. But when it's pushing back in, you got this shaft here taking up the middle of it, so you don't have much displacement pushing this way as you do going this way. So it might be a lot stronger one way with the power steering and weaker the other way. I don't know. It might not even work. It might not have enough power in turning. The 600 pounds that this Cub Cadet hydroset gives you might not be enough to turn this thing. If that's the case, I'm gonna get this shaft down here, this extra shaft I put in on this transfer case, and I'll put me a Honda power steering pump on there, and I'll put it by itself just for the power steering, so I can get more pressure out of it to make this thing turn. So I don't know. We just have to see. We just have to play it by ear and see. Well, that's what it looks like upside down. That's how the gearbox looks upside down. So I had to clamp it right here so this thing won't be spinning back and forward this front nose. And I guess we're going to get busy welding that. Well, here it is Thanksgiving Day, and it's just after 11:30, about 12 o'clock right now. But I've been out here in the evening time trying to figure out how to mount this cylinder. Well, I come to the conclusion, if I mount it right back here, and I mount, well, I was going to move, let me see something. I was going to move this eye back to this point, was going to be right here. Well, that end would screw onto there, so it'd be back a little bit. So, from there to there, lined up with that thing, I had to miss this piece back here in the back. That piece right there. So I got to think about it. This is the only distance I got to push with. It's not very much. It'll probably be alright on flat ground, but I just want to get on grass or dirt or get in a little bind. It's not going to turn. So I was thinking about putting this cylinder in a lathe and cut that end off and cut that off. And when I cut that off, go in the hydraulic shop, see if I can buy another barrel. See, I still got that much cylinder right there. I scraped the paint off of it. You see it's still just the same as the other part in here. So I could add on another maybe 2.5 inches, 2.5 to 3 inches I can add on to it. But I'm like, then I got to dig around my junk. I said, I got another cylinder. Well, I got to thinking, my ball pen said, why don't you just find those cylinders? So I got digging around in my horror junk, and I come across this cylinder here. Now this cylinder here, per square inch in the back, with 600 psi, it's not going to be that much pressure, pushing power. Then you start pushing on this side, pulling back, it's not going to be as much as this side, because you got that rod in the way that's taking up so many square inches of pushing power. So I'm going to disregard that cylinder. I got looking at this one, I said, why don't I just use this one? It's bigger and fatter. You know, when you see it, it's a lot bigger. It ain't much longer. See, it ain't much longer at all, but the size of it is much bigger. And I got to wondering, if I did put this cylinder here, if it did twist, it's going to barely move the steering wheel, it's going to go real fast. So this will slow the timing down. And then I can move this out a little bit, because this is still a little longer, so I have a longer stroke, so I can make this go out further than I had it with this one. But anyway, I'm going to take it inside. I'm going to cut this off here, this back end. I'm going to extend the rod out, and I'm going to cut this end off of here. Then I got some more of these here. I'm going to weld on the back of it. Then I will either machine something to weld onto it where I can change these ends out, or something. I don't know what I'm going to do, but we'll do something. But that's where we're at. Alrighty then, here's another episode of Southern Engineer. Have a good day. Don't forget to comment and subscribe. If you like my video, give me a thumbs up. I know we got the ones out here that give thumbs down. We're not worried about them. They give all they want. I don't care. But anyway, have a good day. Appreciate it, and thank you.